In this video today, we're going to talk about the analogy of a snail, or we can say that we are going to look at the metaphor of a snail. So the snail, I want to believe most of us knows the snail. Snail, it lives mostly in a moist place, and it has a shell. Mostly as it moves, it has a shell on its back. And it believes mostly that in case of any danger, then it can hide in that shell. So mostly you'll find that the snail put most of its confidence on that shell. So as the snail moves from another place to another place, for example, maybe there is a grass where it lives and it doesn't have enough maybe comfortability, and it has seen in the other side is greener, the greener pasture. So you'll find that maybe there is a pavement in between there, and the snail has to move from this other side of the grass to the other side of the grass. So as it crosses over from this other side to the other pavement, where maybe the grass is softer and maybe where the environment is much safer to eat, you will find that the snail keeps on sticking its head out of the shell, and it senses the environment as it slugs out of its shell and as it moves. And when the snail move from one place to another, you'll find that it leaves a shiny trail, a sign of its presence, and it leaves that acknowledgement that it passed in that place. So it leaves an impression that it has moved from one place to another. So it leaves that mark. If you have ever witnessed or seen a snail as it moves, it leaves a mark for acknowledgement that it was there. It acknowledges its presence. So just like us human beings, or when we are born, and when we come out from our childhood, we are moving from childhood to the adulthood, then our life is just a life like that of a snail. And we have a shell on our back, and our shell on our back, we can give it we can give it an example that is the word of God that is behind us on our back, and it is maybe God that is on our back. So as we move, we need to put much of our confidence on the word of God, much of our confidence on the Bible that is behind us, as we pop our head out in the environment that is too much of confusion, too much of sensitive things that can easily convince us and leave us out of the ways of God, then we need to be more sensitive as snail moves. As you have experienced, when the snail moves, it pops out its head out of the shell, and as it does that, it has a sensor, antenna. It senses the environment as it moves. As it moves in the pavement, remember, in the pavement there are a lot of risk, because there sand, people can be driving, or somebody can be riding a bicycle, or somebody will be moving, and accidentally they can step on the snail. But as snail move, it has its comfort, it has its confidence on the shell on its back. So as it moves, it also leaves an impression, a slight a line, a trail that shows that its presence was there. So as a human being, we have to understand that our life is just like a life of a snail. And just like a snail, as we come out of our shell, as we come out of of our childhood, and as we move out of our family, our parents, and we are in the school, or we are outside there looking for the way to make our ends meet, we need not to forget to be sensitive. We need not to forget that we have our confidence in the shell that is behind us, which is the Word of God. Because if we fail to forget that we have that confidence of comfortability and protection that is behind us, then you'll find ourselves moving out of the shell. And once you move out of the shell, then if a danger comes, you will find yourself not in a place that you can run to. So we begin to see things in the other perspective as we move. But as just like as Christians, as we move from one side of life to the other side of life, as we move our head out of the shell, out of where we are, and we're going out there to make our ends meet and other things, we have not to forget to put our confidence in God. And we need also not to forget to be more sensitive to the environment that we are living today, because we have phones, we have technologies and many other things, but what matters is the decision that you make as we move from one point of your life to another point of your life. So what do I want to encourage young people? I want to tell young people that in life, as we live in this world now, you have to be more sensitive. And as the snail is sensitive as it moves, we need to move in that slow path whenever we are moving, sensing all the places as we move and having our confidence in God. And we have also to know that our life as we live, we are also impacting either a negative or positive to the community or the society that we live. Just as a snail, as it moves, it leaves a shiny trail that it shows the presence of it being in that area. So even as our character, our behavior, as we grow from childhood to the adulthood, it will dictate our future. If we do things that will be harmful and negative to our background, at the end, then it becomes something that is going to hurt us when we are old. So we have to be more sensitive. We have to make sure that as we move from one place to another, to our comfortability, our greatness, and our success, let us leave a positive, shiny trail, a sign of our presence that is going to give a positive impact to the community. Anyway, thank you very much. This is Anthony Odhiambo of Global Missionary Link Inc. Global Missionary Link Inc. is a non-profit organization that we does mentorship to the young people around DMV, that is District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. And also we also sent missionary outside the country to preach the gospel of God. So we also solicit Bibles from our friends and our partners. So if you have a Bible that you have just bought a new one and you have the old one, it is just there relaxing in your room or in your house, then you can send to us. You can reach me in my email address, anthonyodhiambo@gmail.com or anthonyodhiambo@globalmissionarylinkinc.org, and God will bless you. Thank you very much for watching our motivation talk in our youth mentorship program. God bless you.